Salut tout le monde, bienvenue dans le nouvel épisode de Let's Play Francais avec moi, Talk. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new episode of Let's Play Francais with me, Talk, where we struggle together through a game in French. And today that game is going to be Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Alright, this is our fifth installment of Ace Attorney. It's been a couple weeks since I've played, I think, but oh man, I'm getting to a point in my French studying in my classes where I kind of can't rely on things that I knew already to get me through classes and things like that. Usually I could just I knew enough vocabulary and how to say like simple things, so you can kind of get through the classes and just kind of skate by with that kind of stuff. But now when I go to class, it's like I don't know the verbs that are coming up, I don't know the new constructions as well, and they're getting more complex, so it's kind of hard to just kind of start naturally producing those constructions and things like that. Let's just get into this game, because it's gonna be my escape to kind of just fumble around in French and not really worry about like making a fool of myself in front of people, which I guess I can make a fool of myself in front of you guys, but whatever. Let's go through the resources we have real quick. Just like normal, we have wordreference.com for our online dictionary. We have Google Translate for Google Translating. And then we have forvo.com as a pronunciation resource. All right, without further ado, let's get back into it. Let's find out where we were actually. We're still in the first episode, and okay, this is the first witness, or the first witness after Paul, I guess. Monsieur Khavou, and I remember, because I couldn't think of the word for this in English, but we're doing our, in French they call it contre-interrogatoire. Oh, that's a mouthful, I can't really say that. But I couldn't think of the word for this in English, but it would be cross-examination, I think. So we're just about to cross-examine this witness. So let's get into it. All this green text should be repeat from what he actually said, so we're just reviewing what his testimony was. So I'll just kind of quickly go through it and see what he said. Okay, he was selling the newspapers door to door when he saw a man fleeing. It seemed like he was in a hurry because he left the door still open. And then the witness, he found it strange, so he went and took a look inside. And that's when he saw on the ground a woman not moving, dead. Okay, so he discovered the body at that point. He was trembling in fear. He didn't go inside. He wanted to call the police, but the phone in the apartment didn't work, so he went to go find a phone booth. And then he says he remembers exactly what time it was. It was 1 p.m. And he says that the man that he saw fleeing was, without any doubt, the accused. Okay, I think here we're at new stuff now. So Mia says, "C'est tout. That's it. That's all. Il doit y avoir une contradiction quelque part." I mentioned this last time. I don't know how this construction is working exactly, but if you take out the doit in here, which means there must be, or something like that, if you just take the il y avoir, it's kind of like the same construction as il y a, right? There is or there are. So I think here, il doit y avoir means something like there must be, there has to be, she says, a contradiction quelque part, somewhere. Sers-toi du bouton R si quoi que ce soit te semble suspect. So let's press the R button and see what we got. Okay, so obviously he's pointing out really strongly with that he remembers the time, so there must be some kind of discrepancy with the time, I think. which is here. We can see pretty clearly that it says her time of death was entre 16h et 17h, between 5 p.m. Oh, sorry, between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. So obviously he said he found the body too early. So that will be the evidence that we present to discredit the witness, right? Okay, wait, can we do it now? No. Ensuite, then, trouve l'élément qui est en contradiction avec son témoignage et présente-le lui. Exactly what I said. So, the evidence that you find, the contradiction that you find, you present it to the witness. Okay, here we go. And then we'll have to choose the right testimony, the right phrase in his testimony to contradict, which is the one where he says it is 1 o'clock. He says, what's he say? Il était 13h, which était comes from être, which I don't know that past form. I think this is like imparfait, imperfect past tense, which I haven't learned yet. But anyway, so this is the one we'll contradict. So we'll open up the dossier and present this avec un bouton X. Objection! Vous avez trouvé le corps à 13h. Êtes-vous certain? So he says, you found, here the trouvé is in its passé composé with avez, vous avez, you found le corps, the body, à 13h, at 1 p.m. I'm not sure how this en works a lot of the time. I think it's just like some kind of pronoun that I don't know yet. But he basically says, are you certain? Are you sure? Oui, la pendule indiquait très exactement 13 heures. He says, yes, the pendule, which is a clock, the clock indicated or said, we would probably say said in English, right? The clock said very exactly 1 p.m. Honnêtement, je trouve cela difficile à croire. So I forget if we talked about this before. This is just a little trick that I learned before. When you see this circumflex accent, that little triangle hat on top of the E, a lot of times you can add in an S somewhere around that vowel to get a word that is closer to its English equivalent. Here it's kind of hard to see what this word means because we don't really have a word that is on it or honnet or something like that. But if you put in an S, you can more easily see that this word is close to honest or honestly. So says honnêtement, honestly, je trouve, I find, cela difficile à croire. I find that difficult to believe. Votre déclaration est en totale contradiction avec le rapport d'autopsie. Your declaration, your statement is in total contradiction with the autopsy report. Celui-ci fixe l'heure du décès un peu après 16 heures. It puts the time of death a little after 4 p.m. Il n'y avait aucun cœur à 13 heures. 13 heures. Aucun cœur à 13 heures. This is one of those weird things. I think they're trying to make a joke here. Because you can see he like corrects himself, but somewhere here, 13 heures, and 13 heures are they sound very similar, but he's making some kind of joke here. The first part, it says il n'y avait. So you can see there's the il y a part again, but it's being negated with n and aucun. So here it means there isn't any, right? Or there wasn't any. And then it says here cœur, which is heart, and then à 13 heures, which I think or refers to gold, maybe, I think. So he's saying something like there wasn't any hearts of 13 gold, maybe. Let's look up or real quick, just because I'm not 100% sure. I've never used that word before. But I do think it means gold. Yeah, gold. And I wonder if you say like à or. I know there's d'or, which is of gold, like a golden thing, but they use the preposition. Is it preposition? À. Here they use en or. I wonder if there's a phrase. We have a phrase "heart of gold" in English. I don't know. I think he's trying to make a joke here, which I'm guessing it's something like he's making a phrase that sounds like "à conquer à 13 heures." So if you take out the part about hearts and gold and stuff like that, the full phrase or the full sentence would be il n'y avait aucun corps à 13 heures. There was no body at there was no body, like her body was not there at 1 p.m. So I think in English, I don't remember clearly what this translation is that they're taking it from, but I think they're probably making the joke like there was nobody, as in a singular word, there was nobody at 1 o'clock. And then he would correct himself and he'd say, I mean, there was no body at 1 p.m. Something like that. Ugh, jokes are hard. Anyway, yeah. Comment expliquez-vous ces 3 heures d'écart? So he says, how expliquez-vous, how can you explain ces 3 heures d'écart, the 3 hours difference? Ça, that. Ceci n'a qu'un intérêt. Le témoin a tout simplement oublié l'heure qu'il était. I highly doubt that because he definitely said, I perfectly remember what time it was. But anyway, he objects. Monsieur Boulay, he objects and he says, Ceci n'a aucun intérêt. It's something like, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. And you can see here also on intérêt, if you take, if you add the S in here, next to the circumflex E, you can see it kind of looks like, it looks like the word interest, right? Which is my guess for what the translation would be. Literally, so it says like aucun intérêt, no interest. Anyway, he says le témoin, the witness, a tout simplement oublié. He simply forgot l'heure qu'il était, what time it was. Après un tel témoignage, j'ai du mal à y croire. See, and then the judge says that after such a testimony, after a testimony like he gave, it's kind of hard to believe that, or he's having trouble believing it, I think. Monsieur Khavou, qu'est-ce qui vous permet d'affirmer que vous avez trouvé le cœur à 13 heures? He's asking something like, can you confirm that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Something like that. C'est une bonne question. He's just like mumbling around. He says, oh, that's a good question. Excellent travail, Wright. Tu vas arriver à le déstabiliser. So she says, excellent, which is very good English cognate there. Travail is the word for work. So if you're gonna go to work, like you're going to your job, you would use this word travail. If you're like doing work, I'm working right now, you would use the verb travailler. But here she just says, excellent job, good work. Tu vas arriver à le déstabiliser. So I'm guessing it's something like you're going to like destabilize him. You're like putting him off now. C'est tout ce que tu as à faire. Mettre en évidence les incohérences. If I translated like word for word, it would be like, this is all that you have to do, I think. That's what she's like, yeah, you're doing it. This is what you got to do. Mettre, I forget what mettre is. I think it's like to put something out, like to show something kind of. But it's like show, let's look up mettre. So, because that's the one that's kind of messing with what I think this means. Okay, it says to put or place. Let's see, anything else? She uses mettre en. Maybe there is. Let's Google Translate real quick and see what they might translate it as. But I think it's something like you kind of put the evidence, highlight. Oh, what? Okay, there we go. So she says you just have to. Yeah, it's kind of like showing the courts, but the Google Translate said highlighting. So highlight the inconsistencies inconsistencies in the evidence. Un mensonge entraîne toujours un autre. So a lie, I think this says something like one lie will always lead to another lie. Yeah, the only verb I wouldn't know is entraîne, which it looks like it has to do with training, but I'll probably just put up a translation for that specific verb. Des masques en un et toute l'histoire tombe à l'eau. Ooh. Demask looks like to demask, to uncover, to unveil, or something like that. She says like unmask one and toute l'histoire, the whole story, tombe à l'eau. So tombe looks like it comes from tomber, which means to fall, and then à l'eau, l'eau means water. So I'm imagining like a waterfall, but that doesn't sound right. I'm guessing it's something like you can't hold water in your hand, so it kind of like slips through your fingers. So I think that's what it's trying to say. It's like the whole story just kind of falls through, right? I'll see if there's any other translation for that, but we'll see. Attendez, wait. Have we seen attendez before? But anyway, it comes from attendre, which looks like the word. It looks like the word in English attend. It doesn't mean attend, it just means wait. Je me souviens maintenant. It doesn't look like a normal ending for a verb in the first person, but I don't know. Unless it's like, is the verb Oh, I know. It's because this is like a compound verb kind of thing. Not compound verb, but it has like a prefix, right? Su. And then I'm guessing that the actual verb, it comes from finir, is it maybe? Oh, dang it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it comes from souvenir. Venir, see, is like the base verb, and then su is added as a prefix. I didn't even think that this word is broken down like that. When you think of the word in English, souvenir. Yeah, anyway. He says, wait, that was a long explanation, I'm sorry. He says, wait, I remember now. Je me souviens maintenant. Pourrez-vous nous redonner votre version des faits? And then the judge says, can you give us, or re-give us, so can you tell us again your version of the facts? All right. Un autre témoignage. I wonder if I'm saying that right. Témoignage, I think. Anyway, l'heure de la découverte, the time of discovery, of the discovery. Voyez-vous, you see. I don't know why this is inverted. Maybe it's because it's like an interjection. You see. Usually you would say vous voyez, you see. But he inverts it for some reason. I don't know. Lorsque, when, j'ai découvert le corps, when I found the body, j'ai entendu l'heure. I heard the time. Une voix donnait l'heure. A voice said the time, like aloud, said the time aloud. Ça venait probablement de la télévision. It probably came from the TV. Oh, mais elle retardait 2-3 heures. C'est bien ça. But elle, I think, is from, he's talking about the voice, right? The voice was slow or late by 3 hours. C'est bien ça. This sounds right? Je suppose que la victime regardait une émission qu'elle avait enregistrée. So he says, I suppose that the victim was watching une émission, which is like a television program, qu'elle avait enregistré, that she had enregistré, which means had recorded. C'est pour ça que j'ai cru qu'il était 13 heures. That must be why I believed it was 1 p.m. Je suis vraiment navré pour ce malentendu. The word I'm not sure of here is navré, which I'm guessing it would be like, I'm sorry or something. He's like apologizing. She says, I'm really sorry, I'm guessing. Pour ce malentendu. So you see the word here. Entendu is the end, and mal is like bad. So if you literally say it, it'd be like a bad hear, right? So it'd be like a misunderstanding or a mishearing or something like that. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that I misheard or something like that. Je vois. Yes, I see. See, he says je vois, but when what's his face said it, he said voyez-vous. I don't know why he inverts it again. I don't know. Vous avez entendu une voix qui disait l'heure dans une émission enregistrée. So he says, you heard a voice that said the time from a recorded program, something like that. Monsieur Wright, vous pouvez interroger le témoin. Mr. Wright, you may now examine the witness. Right, tu sais quoi faire. You know what to do. Je le tiens. I think it means leave it to me. I'll take care of it. Okay. cross-examination, contre-interrogatoire. Okay, let's quickly skim through this and see which parts. Okay, I got it. Okay, because he says it's probably on the TV that he heard it. But I'm pretty sure we have the evidence that says that there was a power outage, right? Une panne de courant, I think it was that. So let's find the one where he says it's on a TV, and then we can prove that the TV wasn't working, and plus he said also the phone wasn't working even. Could be this one, but I want to say the one that specifically says the TV. Here. And then we'll go into our dossier and give this one the relevé de panne de courant, the what was it? It was like a summary or a statement about the power outage. Un instant, je vous prie. Hold on just a moment, if you please. L'accusation dit qu'il y avait une panne de courant au moment de la découverte. The prosecution says that there was a power outage at the moment of the discovery. D'ailleurs, in fact, oh man, I forgot how we translated this one. This d'ailleurs is some kind of like, what do you call it? Not like an interjection, but it's just like, by the way, kind of thing. Ce relevé le prouve. This is this statement is the proof, or proves it, maybe. Il est impossible que vous ayez entendu une télévision, ni même un enregistrement. It is impossible that you had heard the television or a television or even a recording. I don't know, maybe she had like a portable DVD player playing. What time frame are we in? They must have that kind of stuff, right? Maybe? Whatever. Gasp. Ouh. La défense marque un point. You have a point. The defense has a point. Avez-vous une explication à cela, Monsieur Khavou? Do you have an explanation for that? Non, je trouve ça moi-même très intriguant. Très intriguant. I find that myself very intriguing. I haven't learned about this moi-même a lot of the time, but usually when I see like moi-même, I think you can also say whatever stressed pronoun you want in here, like toi-même probably, or lui-même. I think it's usually like myself, yourself, themselves, or something like that. But anyway, I find that myself very interesting, very interesting, or intriguing, I think would be like more direct translation. Attendez, wait, je me souviens maintenant. He says the same thing. I remember now. Monsieur Khavou, la Cour préférait entendre un témoignage exact depuis le début. The court prefers to hear an exact testimony from the start. Ces rectifications constantes nuisent à votre crédibilité. So the one I don't know here is nuise, which I would guess comes from a verb like nuiser, maybe, or nuisir. I don't know. But he says something like the constant corrections that you're making, or the constant rectifications that you're making, it's something like is chipping away at your credibility, or it's making you less credible, basically. Et puis vous semblez plutôt affolé. And so he says, and so you seem a bit affolé, which I would guess is something like, untrustworthy, something like that. But let's look. It looks like it also might come from like foolish, fou, or folly, But let's see. Affolé. Oh, distraught. Okay. Got it. You look panicked or distraught. Very good. Okay. Toutes mes excuses. Votre honneur. Literally it says all my excuses, right? But I'm guessing this translates to like I'm so sorry. It has that meaning, like I'm so sorry. It's like 1,000 apologies, right? He says, oh, I'm really, really sorry, Your Honor. Ça doit être le choc lié à la découverte du corps. Not sure lié, what lié is, but ça doit, it must be, ça doit être le choc. It must be the shock. And then let's skip the lié because I don't know. À la découverte du corps. It must have been the shock from finding the body, something like that. Yeah, we'll find out what lié is later. I feel like we can just get the gist without knowing that verb. Très bien, Monsieur Khavou. Écoutons à nouveau votre déposition. So a lot of the time when I see this, the verb is in its what is it? Third person inclusive form, in the we form, in the nous form. Like écoutons here, they don't say the nous, and so this is it seems like a way to say like let's do that verb, right? Like you might see like voyons, let's see, or regardons, let's watch. And I think that's kind of how they construct that inclusive form. So he says, écoutons, let's listen, or let's hear. À nouveau. Literally, it looks like newly, at new, something like that. But here you can translate à nouveau as again, right? Let's listen again. Votre déposition, to your deposition. All right, man. You know, Monsieur Khavu, he's sweating here. This is what, the third? I think his third témoignage. And he just has to keep like redoing his testimony. But I think we're going to call it there. Sorry, I had some like long explanations and like tangenty branches or whatever. But I think we're going to call it there. And we'll get through this contre-interrogatoire next time and see. I think we're getting pretty close to the end because this guy's getting ready to spill the beans, I think. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna get in here so I can get to the menu. But I always say we're gonna do a quick sauvegarde. I kept saying that, but obviously sauvegarde is the verb already, so we're gonna do a quick sauvegarde. We're gonna save real quick. Oops. And there you go. And thank you guys for joining me for this very, very exciting episode of Ace Attorney. Join me next time. I hope you do. But until then, à bientôt. See you next time. Salut.